Hello everyone, last day for us here in Queensland, in this part of the year, this part, and then we are going back to Cairns. Before that we will be stopping at a place where we have been already last year Easter. That was Palm Cove. I will have a pinned comment about that before heading back to Cairns Airport. So we are now at Rex Lookout. It got rain, so some little rain it got, and it's quite cold. So yeah, but still it's a really good look next to the mountains. So as you can see, there's like a beach over there where nobody is actually swimming, as jellyfish season is still here. So yeah, and look at all of these big mountains. Yeah, like there is a cloud over there, so you can't really see that end of the mountain. But really cool lookout and see, and stop a little bit by the sea, and while in the other direction you can see the mountain. So this is the Palm Cove beach where we have been exactly almost a year ago now. That time it wasn't this windy and it was way calmer, and that was a jetty that we took, and there is like an island there where, like that island that we have seen that people were kayaking there. So yeah, so it is a bit interesting to see that, comparing the end of wet season and dry season. Yeah, so like last year we had a much better weather than this year. So, but it was really good for like hiking, walking tracks, that it wasn't too too hot, like the sun was not shining. So yeah, so for hiking it is really good weather. For swimming, not at all. So like even at the netted area, nobody is swimming. So I think it's too cold for them. Yeah, you remember this part? So as I said, I will have a pinned comment about the Palm Cove last Easter. So, but yeah, I remember that jetty. That was like a fish smell of the fishes, because fishing is happening there. That island where I said we have seen people kayaking, and another island in the distance, and then Cairns all the way. I mean, not all the way Cairns, the Great Dividing Range, mountain range, all the way until Victoria, as I said yesterday. So yeah, as you can see, it is still really like it doesn't really have a really good color for the water. As I remember last year we had much better colors. And once again, I have a pinned comment about Palm Cove, so that you can compare, and then you can decide when to come. So So it's a bit, I mean, I'm not really, like, I am very well, I'm very happy with what we have seen. We have seen a newer city in the tropical Queensland, tropical North Queensland, a new rainforest, and we have seen a lot of things, and we have learned new things, so it was worth it. And then now it is time soon, I mean not soon, like we have 5 hours of 6 hours because our plane goes only 4 p.m. Oh my god. It got really, ow. The sand is hurting my feet. So yeah. So it got really windy here. And as I'm walking in the sand, there are some small sands that meets with my legs, and they are hurting it. Yeah, but still really good to come back. Yeah, like we are going back to Cairns, and then in Cairns we will, I know, like we will have a lot of time. I mean, not a lot, but we still have time to see around. And there is a pretty high chance that, sadly, because we got a seat in the other side, we will not see the Great Barrier Reef from the plane, so we have been commented about that last year when we went back to Sydney, and I think it was that time Sydney or Brisbane, I can't remember. No, it was Brisbane and then to Canberra. Yeah, but we saw the Great Barrier Reef from above. That time we flew Virgin Australia as well. Yeah, so, but this time, because it is so this time it will be not, this time we will be sitting on the left side, we will be sitting on the right side, so we might just see the mountains but not the how do you call it, not the barrier reef, which would be really good again. But as I said, I have filmed that, so there will be a pinned comment under this video where you can see what we have seen from the plane from Virgin Australia when we went home last year. Yeah, because we were lucky that we were sitting on the left side. So if you don't want to spend too much time to actually, because you can have small planes that goes up or helicopters, like you can have some tours that actually goes over the reef, but pretty expensive, so be mindful of that. But if you want to see the Great Barrier Reef and it is included in your ticket, meaning you're flying back, then yeah, be sure to be at least on the left side, because if not, then you will only see the Great Dividing Range, which will be happening for us as well a couple of hours later, so which is a bit unfortunate, but I have already seen that. I have filmed it, have taken pictures of it, so and as I said, I will have a pinned comment pinned comment on that one as well. Yes, it is truly windy, so yeah, like we are at the end of the jetty, and look at this mountain range. Yeah, it is really high that even these clouds are on top of them. And then those are the islands that I was talking about. Yeah, it is really high wind area here, so be mindful of that. So after walking off the jetty and then turning right, you're arriving to this little area with beautiful rocks and a small creek. I know what I have filmed already from this last year. Yeah, that's really beautiful, and then it gives unique experience in this. Like yeah, at least it is not sunny, so it is not very hot, and it is not 40 degrees, so yeah. And also this little wind is actually help to cool down. So yes, these are the rocks, interesting looking rocks. And then we are actually at the end of this beach area, this small creek. Last year we have crossed this and we took some photos of there. I think I've taken videos, but as I said, it was 1 year ago, so I can't really remember what I have already filmed. But yeah, there will be pinned comment, so you can watch. And also there will be a pinned comment about the whole Cairns experience. So this is what I will do there, because I hate Instagram. So on Instagram when I post it and I have a link there, you guys cannot click on it, but on Facebook you can, so strange. So that's why on my Instagram and Facebook there will be a pinned comment as well, where I have the link, so that you guys don't need to search it. So so now we're in Cairns. We are now like in a conservation, or how do you call it, conservation park, next to the Botanical Garden. I think that is the last day video about Cairns, that we took the lower path, but we are not coming here to up. These are the bamboos. So here is the Australian brush turkey, which we have seen not long ago. And as you can see, it has red dirt as well. So red dirt is officially everywhere in Australia. In the rainforest area, in Western Australia, in Northern Territory, in ACT, in New South Wales. So all these, I get all of these bamboos, a lot of them, and the sun is not shining, so it is perfect time for a little hike before we leave area again. But a really beautiful one. Yeah, but you can feel, like I can feel it is I mean, we are going upwards, and then yeah, so we are going really upwards, and then yeah, and that like a little bit of exercise. There are some kangaroos as well, like secretive rainforest kangaroo. They look really small compared to normal kangaroos. But all of these bamboo, like there are a lot of them here in Cairns. Yeah, but there are no pandas here, so they won't eat it. And actually there are signs that you can't harvest them. It is not for human consumption, so just to have a little look and decorative. Yeah. So even though Cairns is also like it has some rainforest as well. There are also botanical garden, like, but this is actually expected now. Like every single city has at least one, like major cities here in the area. Like even Kuala Lumpur has one, and Sydney has multiple, I think 2. Canberra has one botanical garden and one arboretum, and they are not the same, so yeah. You're going really high up. Yeah. But at least we get a little bit of exercise on our last day as well. It is currently 12 p.m. around 12:30 p.m. Our plane leaves at 4 p.m. so we still got 4 more hours or 3.5 hours to go. So here, bamboo not for human consumption, not harvest. Cairns Regional Council. Yeah, and then also yesterday, I don't know if I don't think that I have mentioned it. So Australia was a big country like the US, similar to US, and there were a lot of, like, each territory was a country of an Aboriginal, and each Aboriginal are not the same, so there are, according to Jason, at least 2,500 Aboriginal countries, and they have their own language, their own culture. There are 400 dialects. So each part, so in most of these parts there are a lot of smaller communities or smaller countries. Yeah, we are doing the red arrow and we have done 500 meters. So yeah, so compared to Europe, where according to his knowledge there are around 44 countries in Europe, compared to that, here there are not more. Tons of. There's the airport. Wow, you can really see. The plane. taking off. I really hope that you could see that. Yeah. Some rain, like a drizzle of rain. Yeah, so we have the airport almost right next to us. It was really close, so yeah. And from Sydney to Cairns it is only 3 hours, so, and 2,000 kilometers away. So if you remember my first, I think it was day one. Yeah, it was day one. And we walked up to that little area that lookout that had an international rotary that showed you some yeah, it was not the best spot, but you could hear that the airport is really close, so yeah. So anyway, so that had some cities, and it even showed Canberra. It was 2,000 kilometers away, almost the same as Sydney. So yeah. Maybe this is a good spot to have some plain sight, and you can even see the ocean. I mean, actually, because it is the same color as the sky, so you can't really see the sea, but I can see it. Yeah. There is a marina port. So there is actually Cairns city center. I don't know if you can see it, but a lot of white buildings, and the airport is literally here. So you can actually, if you are finding, or if you can find a really good spot over here, you can actually see the runway, literally runway. There was a smaller plane that sadly we couldn't see, that was going to Lahir Island, or how do you call it. So that is the runway in front of us. I don't know if you can see it. And the airport, there is a Qantas plane. So yes, it is actually a really good spot to see planes taking off, but landing it's not the best. So, and Cairns has 2 terminals, because there are international flights which are going from another terminal, the T1. T2 is all the domestic. We are still in the forest, so yeah. So I will do a little bit of review, maybe on the plane, maybe on the Flixbus. Yeah, depending on the Flixbus, I want to show it to you guys, and then you can compare. I think when we went to Perth in December, so a couple of months ago, there we took the Flixbus from Sydney, and I did a review that there are some it's not the best idea to go with it. Oh my god, that is like a huge drop. So Flixbus is not the best bus that you can take, but much cheaper. As I said, I think on day 0, when we just came, yes, I think it was day 0, that where I said that on this Flixbus ride to Sydney on Friday, that it had both seats could be reclined or dented back or tilted back, and it had a USB a C and another, I think it's a USB A, normal USB port, so that you can actually charge your phone. And there is actually something that I want to show you. If I am pretty fast, then you can see a plane taking off. This is the Cairns Airport. So this is the best part to watch the planes. Yes, there are a lot of planes. There is a Qantas, a lot of Virgin, 3 Qantas actually. There's a Virgin taking off that is going to Brisbane, and then 3 more lining up. Yeah. So my dream didn't came true. If you remember, check out my day 0 for watching this, because I had a dream that it would be really good to stay here for a couple of months, because there is no jet fuel. I think there are no planes taking off from Cairns, meaning we would be stuck here. But this is not the case. That was just a silly dream. Waiting for the Virgin flight to take off from Brisbane to Brisbane, so from Cairns to Brisbane. So if it wants to take off any day now. Yeah, so this is the best spot to take some videos and pictures of planes taking off and landing. I think landing could be also a good spot here. There's 2 Virgins. That is one on the runway. That is to Brisbane. The other one, I don't know. Not check that. It is now taking off. Yeah, you can actually hear the engine from here. I don't know if you can see it, but you most probably will hear it. And it's taking off. Over there somewhere, you can see the Virgin flight to Brisbane. And it is going. So it is fascinating to see the planes. I like to see them as actually a fan of the planes, and going to the airport and do some pictures and videos of it taking off. And most of the airports have some parts where you can actually take off, or not take off, to see the whole the whole some taking off and landing planes. And this is the end of the red arrow. You can go there, blue arrow. That would take around, I know how many, but I think 2 hours return. You can even see the map here if you're interested. Oh my god, the yellow track. That is like going all the way. You can actually go up until 300 altitude and see 360 meters of altitude. We're actually somewhere in the 100 meter altitude. So yeah, I think I can go up really high. The other Virgin flight is taking off. Yeah, so it's not one of the most, how do you call it, most quietest place, because as you can see or heard, planes are getting can be really loud. So maybe that's why there are not a lot of birds here. But still, it is really good to be in the forest, in the nature, and then some really good views to the city, to Cairns City, to Cairns Airport. Yeah, so major airports have some like spots, like even Sydney, even Canberra, even Budapest. And there are some interesting, like there are several interesting airports where you are actually on the beach and then planes are landing literally few meters above your head, and then that is actually dangerous, so because these jet engines are really powerful. There is a bird that it was yesterday, I think. Yeah, it was yesterday when we went to that crocodile tour, and we heard a lot of times the kingfisher, but then we couldn't really see them. Like there was like blue one, but they are really fast, so really shy. All of these, and another plane is coming. So yes, this is a kingfisher, and they are actually going, like the adults are leaving to New Guinea. Yeah, so it is really loud. So they are leaving in New Guinea in March, and the youngs are going there in April. And it is May, so that's one of the reasons why there are not less kingfish than like during the wet season. I think they need, or they are more in, like they live mostly in wet season areas, or it is just too cold for them here. And New Guinea is really not far away, so maybe another 3 hours or by plane and you are in New Guinea, so it's actually really interesting. And then there are some dreams and bucket lists to actually visit the most northern part of Queensland and actually see to Papua New Guinea and the Torres Strait. Yeah, because Aboriginals as well as Torres Strait Islanders are the inhabitants of Australia, the first humans So those would be the first humans here in this area. And then it was really interesting to read that there are birds who are actually leaving Australia in the colder months, because in Europe there are a lot of birds who are actually going to Africa, I think North Africa, or because it is much hotter for them. And then like around this time they are actually coming back. And a lot of things happening in Hungary as well. Not into politics, but yeah, if you heard the news, or if you are searching Hungary, there's some kind of bird there. I can really see who it is. Two of them. I will take pictures for them, for you guys. So yeah, I thought that they were lyrebirds, but sadly they weren't. Like, it would have been really good to actually see lyrebirds. If you're not familiar with lyrebirds, they actually like their normal voice is actually like a laser gun shooting, but they are really incredible in mimicking all of the animals nearby, and they are also scrubbing the dirt like those ones. Yeah, I will do research and find out the name for you guys. So yeah, and then they can mimic a lot of voices, animal voices, and literally everything. So even camera shuttering, like phone calls. So literally once they hear it, they will mimic it immediately. So, and they can live a long life. So yeah, so there are a lot of, like, one adult can learn a lot of words or sounds, sorry, not words, sound. And yeah, and they can mimic it literally from cockatoos to magpies to literally every bird that is next to them. They can be found in Blue Mountains for sure. A couple of days ago there have been one in the ACT, spotted one in ACT. Yeah, I don't think that they live here. I think it will be really hot for them. We're actually up there somewhere. So it's not really humid here, I would say. Less humid. And more, I mean, still there are greeneries, but it is not the real rainforest anymore. Like, there are less palm trees, and there are more, you can see more light, so. But still a really good forest. Yeah, and really good walks. So if you have time, you can go to Botanical Gardens. Like, as I said, we have been there. I have filmed you. I will have a pinned comment on that one, so you can see it. Yeah, but this part we have not seen yet. So, and we have 500 meters more. Yeah, so it was a bit of adventure and hiking, but at least, I mean, yeah, like, this is not like we are inside of a city, so you would expect that there are some infrastructure here, so you're not really walking on the nature like in the Daintree National Park. There's another turkey here inside their normal habitat on this little log. little bit of ASMR in the forest. Some bird noises. Here's one really funny. This one. Yeah, I've been waiting for this, for that bird to have some voice. Yes, there is the turkey there, searching something on the inside the leaves. Find some food. Yeah, it's a really beautiful one, and you can actually learn a lot about the local trees. At some trees there is like a sign. You can read I think the Latin name and the English name of them. Like here is one. So this is one of the entrances for the Botanical Garden, and you can see a lot of palm trees, smaller plants with some really beautiful, I think it would be pinkish or light purple flowers, and really long palms, like in the rainforests. There are some. So we are now entered the Botanical Gardens. There are some trees, a lot more bamboos, yeah, which is strange why it would be here. And then normal trees. So it is a bit of a mix. Ibis birds, and long beaks that you could find in Sydney. I have filmed them in Sydney. I will have a pinned comment about that as well. Some bench. I mean, it was a bench, but now it is under dirt. Drinking waters. There are plenty here. But yeah, this is not a rainforest anymore. Like you can now, there are, some of them are still green, but less green, and yeah, so there are no palm trees or less palm trees. More light can get in, so meaning there is grass. So yeah, it is less and less looking like a rainforest, but still there are some unique trees, plants. And butterflies, a lot of them. Yeah, so we will start. I mean, we have a little walk here and then turning back to our car and go to Cairns Airport, not back to Cairns Airport. Go to Cairns Airport and also fuel the car. So we have, and a lot of mosquitoes here in the Botanical Garden, so apply some protection against them.